Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, we're going to be joined by my friend Cold Brew, and we're going to be talking about why this summon rush coming up that everybody is clamoring about could be a complete disaster, and why this means more than you think it will. And we're going to give you the full context as to what we expect this to be in terms of the new era of the guaranteed summon events coming to Raid Shadow Legends. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up, Cold Brew? How we doing today?
Hey man, doing great. I've already covered this, but yeah, I wanted to give more in-depth discussion. It's always doing these better as in a collab. Have two heads are better than one in these kind of
Yeah, we all do like
and
we all do like our normal videos, our normal workflow where you kind of like notice stuff in game and you mention it and give like a passing by look at it. But this is worth a deep dive because I think this is a lot more than people think it is, and we have a lot of people worried about certain things. You know, we have our graphic here that lays out all of the guaranteed summon events, and this isn't a secret. Obviously, Plarium's been up to something because you can see that they have not done a guaranteed summon event since, I mean, literally this year. I mean, November was the last time that they even thought about doing an ancient shard or a sacred shard guaranteed champion, and they've been only doing voids since then. So I guarantee you what they've been thinking is they've been brewing up, they've been cold brewing up. How can we change this? Because we saw, like, I got like you remember the spreadsheet that we did where it was kind of like laying out why guaranteed events are better than people thought they were, and people were kind of starting to notice the value in this. And then as soon as that started to become a thing, Plarium was like, okay, wait a minute, well, let's take a look here. They backed off. They didn't do anything for like 4 months. And now here we are. So what's your general kind of thought of the landscape? I don't want to just talk for 10 minutes. I feel bad. So what's your general thought of the landscape here?
It's 100% planned because these things don't just come in, with a day's notice. They planned this, I would say, after December. They thought, okay, we got to change things up. We noticed people are just saving up their voids, saving up their sacreds and ancients, and we don't want to have that. They kept on pushing with different events, the 1+1s, the 10x's, the 2x 10x's with Prince Keimer always. With that way, they try to get rid of people's shards, but then they might have noticed that people still keep them, so they stopped. That's my thought process. They stopped doing it so that they would force people to spend them and think, okay, they're never gonna do a guaranteed again. But yeah, they're trying something new totally now with Mishunagi, and I have no idea how this is gonna go. We don't know exactly how many points it's gonna need, so it's all guesswork until tomorrow, about 13 hours from now, 15 hours from now.
Yeah, and I saw, we can get to some things that people are saying in the community here in a little bit if you want, but I saw some people on Reddit. Maybe I can pull it up, actually. I saw let me pull this up, and boom. Okay, so where was that comment? I saw, so right here, the worst thing they would do would be to only offer part of the fragments in this event and have you work for the rest of the fragments next weekend during a summoning tournament. So, and then people were like, oh my goodness, I didn't even think of that. Like, that's the most Plarium thing ever. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I like where their head's at. I like the angle, how they're thinking of everything, because at a glance, I was like, oh my goodness, they might be right. But when we read this, it does say summon as many champions as possible to earn enough fragments. It says to earn enough. It doesn't say to earn fragments. So unless they're just like blatantly deceitful, like completely throwing themselves to the wolves for shilling, I doubt, because it does say earn enough fragments to get Michinaki. So I think we're basically going to be seeing a guaranteed summoning event. Are you on the same page as me there?
Yeah, I am, but my thought when I read that is, why fragments? Why not just have the champion be, like the avatar of the champion at the end, but it wouldn't be avatar, but you would just collect the champion there. Like you collect Lydia as an example. From finishing the faction wars. You would just click on the finished event there. Why mention fragments at all?
That's true. That's true. I think maybe so that they open themselves up to the opportunity, like with me. I ended up getting vindicated today because I was 5 fragments short, and I planned it that way because I thought that would be
Yeah,
cheaper than spending $100 worth of shards to get the fragments in the champion chase. I was like, screw that.
you did. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just wait, and then I'll get it for $10 worth of shards. So screw that. So it ended up working. So maybe because they want people, if they end up a little bit short, they can, you know, sneak in there and sell them fragments on the back end. Maybe that's why. Do you think?
I think that might be a possibility. Like you do an X amount of points, and then you get 80 fragments, and you're left with 20 fragments to go, and you see your shards like, oh, I don't have enough shards, and you think to yourself, okay, I'll probably get an offer for the remaining shards, so I might also just wait it out. It's all about the risk. It's also a risk. Because are they going to offer shards? I don't know. I don't know how they offer the shards. Usually they offer them directly after fragment collection kind of ends. Because I do have 95 out of 100 for Opardine, the clan father.
Oh yeah. I can pull that up.
I've got 95 out of 100. I don't know how I missed those 5. So I never got those offered, or maybe I did and I forgot about it. But yeah, I just can't get the remaining 5 for him.
I think
so he was a fusion. He was a fragment collection in the past. So
yeah, I thought
you probably summoned him already.
I thought I had one that was like 85 or
Crazy.
90, and I thought I intentionally said screw it, it's not even worth the 20 bucks or whatever. I thought it was like somebody like a pardon,
okay.
but I didn't see it on mine.
There's Supreme O'Hain.
Yeah, I have Supreme O'Hain, and I already bought it. I just didn't claim them. Yeah, I guess I don't. I guess I don't have it, but yeah, I thought I had. I thought I had one as well. But yeah, for anybody curious that's never bought the fragments, they show up right here in your inbox. Now, you know what would be hilarious is if I forgot to claim it and it just disappeared
in 99 days. Yeah, that would be the biggest mistake.
Because, by the way, pro tip: if any of you are new to Raid, it's gone. If you don't claim it, it's gone. I made that mistake for like 3 years. I thought I don't need to claim my XP banners because they will automatically go to my XP pool.
Oh man,
dude, bro, I lost like over a year's worth of XP banners because I always thought like it'll automatically, you know, go in, and it doesn't. It just disappears. I tested it for a video and it disappears.
Well, now you know. Now you know not to keep them. It was a lesson learned.
It was definitely a lesson learned. It was definitely a lesson learned. Yeah. So like, how do you think void shards will count on this, or do you think it's going to be just ancient?
They have to. Yeah. They have to. I don't think they can code it differently.
Yeah.
They've never done something else, so they have to count. And I would want them to count because I'll be pulling tomorrow. So,
oh, you are.
I don't know if you remember.
Cold Brew's pulling.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember. We were chatting. We were just hanging out on your stream last night. And I mentioned that I was like 73 void shards in. Wait, how many did I get today? I'm at 78. Okay. I'm at 78 now void shards. So I'm already at 148 into pity per my RSL helper. So I'm very close to the mercy for voids. And I'll be at a very good chance for when a Necret 10x comes. I was mentioning that literally yesterday to you. And there it is. There it is. It's gonna be tomorrow, the 10x.
Yep. So Cold Brew's pulling. Well, yeah, the typical structure is what? It's like 1 point for mystery shards. Is it 10 or 20 for ancient shards?
I believe it's 120, 120, 500.
Yes, that sounds right. Yep. So how many points do you think it'll be? Let's get Cold Brew on the record here.
It's the maths, okay? You gotta go with the maths. So from our guaranteed champion list on the website, you see that the last sacreds one was 20 sacreds, so that's 10k points, right? 10,000 points. If you do the ancients, that's how much? 3,000. 150 times 20, yeah, that's 3,000. So it's not comparable. They won't do it for 3,000. If they do it, the least they would do it, I would say, would be 10,000. The least.
Well, that's because they always like on that sliding point scale, they way undervalue ancients. 20 points. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
an ancient should be worth way more than 20 mysteries because it takes like 74 mystery shards to get a rare champion. So like by the way the odds work in the game, an ancient should be like 40 or 50.
50 would be a nice rounded there. Wouldn't be too much. Wouldn't be or would be less than half of what a void is. So it makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
I think it should be like 40 or 50. 20 is just a meme. Yeah, like so I don't think it's gonna be worth it to pull. I mean, yeah, because I agree with you. I think it's probably gonna be 10K if I had to guess. If I had to put if you make me guess.
But playing devil's advocate and thinking in Plarium's greedy mind, okay? If we do 10, I'm talking as a Plarium employee in the meeting room right now, okay? If we do 10,000,
put your hat on. Put your hat on, Colbert. You don't have the raid hat.
I don't even know where my hat is.
You don't know if you're gonna talk as the Plarium. You gotta put the raid hat on.
I lost it.
Oh my goodness!
An image. So, how I'm thinking is that with the 10,000 points, you'll get all the rewards all the way up there. So it's the legendary plus everything else. So you'd be getting more value out of a just normal 20 sacred guarantee event. Plus during the 20 summons, you can possibly get a multiple amount of legendaries. And on the 20th, before we had this, on the 20th, it would be the guarantee champion. So it would be Elva on the 20th. But now, on the 20th, not only you get Mishinagi, but you might get a different legendary on the 20th. So it's even better than a guaranteed that would be for a 20 sacred.
That's true because you're not wasting that last shard. Yeah. Because during a guaranteed event, you know your last sacred shard is going to be that champion. But the reason the guaranteed events were so good in air quotes is because they didn't affect your mercy system, which I don't think this is.
This is fragment collection, so it's not going to affect it.
Yeah, so I wonder what the impetus was for them to do it this way. Like,
I'm gonna think about 12,000 seems to be on the more expensive side. 12,000 starts.
Dude, if it's 12,000, people are gonna be fired up, rightfully so. What were they guessing on Reddit? What were they saying?
Let me see my video also while you're looking there.
This person was guessing 7,500. I think that's a little bit light. I mean, I wish. I think
7,500. It's around where the legendary books are, right?
Yeah.
I think that's how it was.
Yeah, I don't think. I think 800 is the minimum. I mean 8,000, and I think
8,000.
I think 10,000 is about what I expect. And I think 12,000 would be, to see this person guesses 10K. Yeah, same thing. 20 sacreds. Yep. 10K green shards.
10,000 green shards.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do that.
Clicking is going to cause you like a pain in your hand.
Okay, Cold Brew, I will gift 10 subs if you can guess my exact mystery shards. Go.
Your exact mystery shards.
Oh no, I showed you. No, I was
4,194.
No. Okay. This is what I get for collabing and sharing my screen while I collab. No. How many do you have? How many mystery shards do you have?
I've got 6,310.
Okay. And so I think I know. This could be a way for Plarium to bleed out those mystery shards. Because
bleed out everything.
Yeah, but because a lot of endgame players, they save up, 5,000, 10,000 mystery shards to round out some of these events. And Plarium has never had a way to bleed that out, but something like this will. Okay, because if you do a guaranteed event for ancients or sacreds, they're not going to use their mystery shards. But you do an event like this, now people are going to bleed out their mystery shards. So you throw in an event like this every 2 or 3 months, and now all of a sudden you start chipping away at those mystery shard stockpiles.
Yeah, I found it. It makes sense.
I found it. That's why they're doing it.
look, if I was a free to play low spender with that amount of mystery shards, enough to get me Mishinagi, and I had any kind of content that I needed Mishinagi's help, which is, he's a very good Hydra champion, can be used in Clan Boss also. If you have that kind of account and you think Mishinagi is going to be worth it, it's going to be an amazing exchange. Mystery shards for a legendary has never been done before.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's you're gonna need about 10,000 mysteries, and how many do you want to put yourself? Yeah, you want to put yourself through the pain of pulling 10,000 mystery shards? That would be absolutely miserable.
Pain.
Plarium needs to give us. I mean, it's been over 4 years at this point. How do we not have like a mass crunching feature for like commons and uncommons? The game's released with that
for exactly this reason.
Exactly. They don't want us to be able to do it. That's why.
Yeah, with Plarium's history of coding and mistakes, they would introduce that kind of feature, and the first time you clicked it, 10 of your legendaries would go. And they would rush to recover those champions for everybody.
Oh, I was muted. Okay,
have you ever
go ahead?
Did you play test Mishinagi ever?
I got to a little bit back with like the test server. Let's get Cold Brew's hot take here. Do you disagree with any of these grades on these? Do we need to update the tier list while you're here? Last thing.
I think his arena rating is high. He is absolutely not used in arena at all. But in lower arenas, I can see him being there.
Yeah, I mean, 75 out of 100. You got to remember, like, lots of your rares and stuff are going to be like in the 40s. So it's not like, or like 30s or 40s. So it's not like he's that good.
Yeah, he's okay. He can remove buffs. He can apply hex. And with that hex, he can counterattack. He's defense based, so he's tanky to be placed in teams that are not go first team. So I can see him being, in the 70s, 65, 70 there. Depends how strict you're going to be, Now that I'm looking at it, Spider's Den, now, I don't think he deserves to be so low, for the reason being Spider hard mode. Now, Hex becomes suddenly good because it helps transfer the damage to the Hex targets. So if you don't have Mithrolite, you get this guy. Hex can help you beat the Spider by bursting the Spiderlings down easier. So I would say Spider, he goes up a little bit. Not for normal Spider, but for hard Spider, that translates a bit better. Dragon Slayer, great. He's got a decreased attack. Fire Knight, he's okay. He doesn't have a multi-hit, so it's going to be difficult. I would say, yes, Spider should go up. Fire Knight should stay there. Ice Golem, he's really strong. I think he's going to be strong for the hard mode because he's HP burn, and he's got decreased attack, defense base, so he's tanky. Yeah, overall, Hydra is I think the strongest content that he can do. Hydra, he can totally fit in any team and really shine.
So do you think 80 is low for Hydra? Or should it be like an 85, 86 or
85? Yeah. I can totally see him being in a one key Hydra team. So he deserves to be higher.
Okay, cool. We'll go through and we'll make sure we got whenever you've got a tier list with 800 champions and you're grading.
It's always a work in progress. Really,
there's like tens of thousands of cells to grade on that damn tier list. So yeah, we constantly kind of pull it up and talk about it and work on it.
Yeah, we're like, oh yes, we're finally doing some progress, and then boom. Raid launches hard mode dungeons and everything is messed up.
Yeah, and then they come out with 12 new champions, and it's just it's constant. And then the meta changes, and then they add Sand Devils, and which by the way, the Sand Devil I noticed wasn't showing on there, but it is one of the categories we grade. So I'm gonna have to look into the layout and kind of optimize that. Our tier list is like literally 2 or 3 weeks old, so it's still kind of getting optimized. But yeah, man, is there anything else you wanted to make sure that we cover or didn't touch on, or what was your final guess? 10K or 12K? I don't remember.
10K if I'm being optimistic.
No, Cole, but that's not what I'm asking. 12K. I'm asking what's your final answer? What's your guess? One number.
I'll go. I think I'm gonna do an odd number. 11K.
11K. I am gonna lock it in Oh, you're right. They probably would do that because they want you to spend that last sacred. You're right. They would totally do like 10,200. You're right. They would totally
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that. Oh, it's so sad. I'm gonna guess 10. I'm gonna lock in 10K, but I am not gonna be
10K.
surprised at all if they do like 10,250 and it's like some structure where they can hide it because they have like rewards past it, so it doesn't look as bad. Like, you know how they put like legendary books and chickens and stuff, and then they'll put it at like 10,250 or something. I guarantee you.
What I'm guessing is it's gonna be like a normal structure of rewards, and it might have maybe superior potions in there for spirit, and then a couple of legendary books, a couple of chickens, but that's it. I don't think it's gonna have feasts and barrels for you to use on Mishinagi.
Yep, probably. Okay. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, Cold Brew, and as always, you all know who Cold Brew is, but I'm gonna link to his channel down below. You know, head on over there and sub to him and check it out. So yeah, thanks, man. I'm sure we'll chat soon.
Appreciate it.